Welcome to your Saturday edition of Inside the Show. I'm Justin Allegri. Starting in the AL East, the Boston Red Sox combined for 10 hits as a team as they bested the Tigers in extra innings 4-3. They now have 5 straight wins. Josh Tomlin got the W and now has 5 this year, helping the Indians push past the Blue Jays 4-2. Colby Erasmus had a home run and 3 RBIs as the Astros defeated the Orioles 3-1. His modest hitting streak was also extended to 5 straight games. The Bronx Bombers launched 3 home runs as they pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County 5-4. The A's allowed 5 hits in the game as they beat the White Sox on the south side 5-0. The Twins total 11 hits as they beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium 5-3. Nelson Cruz totaled 4 hits overall on the day, helping lead Seattle past the Brewers 4-2. His modest hitting streak now stands at 9 straight games. The Nationals sent 3 balls into the seats as they pulverized the Braves 8-2. The St. Louis Cardinals combined for a 4-hitter as they knocked out the Fightin' Phils 7-0. The Los Angeles Dodgers had 12 hits as a team as they ran over the Reds 8-2. The Marlins hit 3 long balls as they defeated the Pirates at PNC Park 5-4. Hector Rondon got his second W of the season as the Cubbies disposed of the Rockies 2-1. The Padres stopped their 6-game losing streak as they took down the visiting Diamondbacks 7-6. The Mets combined to give up just 5 hits as they got the win over the Giants in San Francisco 1-0. Thanks for joining me. That's all for today. Same place, same time tomorrow. Enjoy the games.
MLB The Show has Saturday Night Baseball for you now from Comerica Park in downtown Detroit. Tonight it's the third of this 4-game weekend series between the Boston Red Sox and the Detroit Tigers. These two should provide some big-time fireworks. First pitch is coming up. Daniel Norris gets the ball for the Tigers in this one. EK, what do you got?
Well, guys, in his last start, ended up taking the loss. Didn't go deep, only threw 5 innings, so hopefully he can get into the 7th or 8th in this one.
Mookie Betts heads for the batter's box, and we are just about ready for some evening baseball.
Center fielder, number 50.
Behind on that one, now behind. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. Eric, these Tigers, as they begin play here tonight, they come into this one in need of some kind of spark to turn them around as they find themselves in the midst of a 5-game slide.
And really, what they need is for one guy to step up and give them that spark. Whether it's your starter going out and giving you 6 or 7 shutout innings or one big 2-out at-bat, one big defensive play, you need somebody to do something to put some life into that dugout.
With that, here's a look at John Farrell's Boston Red Sox. Who stands out to you, EK?
Well, I know this club is definitely hoping for more out of Hanley Ramirez in the near future. He's really in a slump, hitting less than 200 in his last 10 games. Opposing pitchers have had his number, and he needs to mix up his approach in the box if he wants to get out of this.
lays off 1-0. There you see the league leaders in hitting we touched on a moment ago. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
This is a guy whose numbers are on the rise, and this is a big reason why. 2 close pitches, 2 good takes, and now he's in a great hitter's count, 2-0.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. A strike, and it's 2-1. A pretty dangerous spot for that one.
I don't think it was by design. It's one thing to miss your spots out of the zone, but when you miss in the zone, especially up, that's when you tend to get hurt.
In there, and it's even now, 2-2. 4 pitches. Fast, slow, fast, slow. EK, you thinking fastball here?
It seems to fit the pattern, but you better not get too predictable out there. Guys will catch on quick.
And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full, 3-2. David Ortiz is on deck. 1 out, nobody on. Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Pulls this one in the air out to left. In there, a base hit. Around first, on his way to second now. Not in time, and he's in there with a double.
Well, there you go. 14 straight games now, and he hasn't gone hitless in a game in over 2 weeks. Do the math.
Here comes the DH now, David Ortiz, because he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Well, we'll give you a look there at the graphic. The doubles keep on coming. That's 36 for the year. 1 out and a runner on second base. Now a pitch swung on and missed as the count goes to 0-2 to Ortiz.
Gotta like the approach right here. He's basically saying, if you're gonna beat me, you're going to have to take it to left field, because I don't think he's going to give this guy anything he can pull.
Has to be thinking strikeout here. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
And I think that might have been a little bit of a purpose pitch right there up in the zone. Now I think he's going to come back down with something to try to get that strikeout.
Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Runner at second here with 1 man out. And that misses 2-2.
All right, now you've just seen 2 straight breaking pitches miss away. So as a hitter, you're going to eliminate that pitch. No way does he throw it a third time.
The 2-2 pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. Cabrera is there for it. 2 gone. And with a quick breather here, let's take a look at the defense for the Detroit Tigers. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, remember, this manager has not jumped on board up, so we'll see how that impacts this game.
Hanley Ramirez will come forward now as we give you a look at his home and away splits so far this year. There's a fastball to start him off, but that misses for ball 1. And there are the umpires assigned to this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Carl Dixon.
Well, Matt, I think Dixon has sometimes been thought of as a hitter's umpire. The book on him is that he can be a little bit tight on the edges of the strike zone. We'll see if that's the case.
Chopped foul right at home plate. It's strike 1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now.
Well, that's a good location for the fastball there. That's what he'll need to do. Try to get the hitters to expand their zone. Get these guys reaching for stuff off the plate.
Ready on 1-2. In tight with the slider, 2-2.
Oh, that's not a bad idea right there. Go ahead and try that back foot slider on a 1-2. Hope you can get him to commit. That's a good job of laying off of that pitch.
To first. Oh, and he can't pick it up cleanly. And a good effort as he's able to stick with it and get the third out of the inning. Red Sox leave 1. Red Sox nothing. Tigers coming up. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Clay Buchholz gets the ball in Game 3 of the series. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, guys, you take a look right here. Right-handed hitters are hitting less than 250 against him. He's had his way with them.
And striding in is the second baseman, Ian Kinsler, now to get things rolling in the home half of inning number 1.
Second baseman, Ian Kinsler.
And he lays off there, 1-0. Eric Karros, this Red Sox ball club, entering play here tonight. They come in riding a 5-game winning streak, and they've really got things clicking.
And they've been as hot as anybody in the league recently. So all they need to do is keep playing the way they've been playing, and you have to say they stack up with anybody in baseball.
Buchholz is ready, coming home with the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. The 1-2 pitch. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. A little late with the swing, but he stays alive. Still 2-2. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, and that's not the pitch you want to throw on 2-2. I mean, that was so high, he didn't even have to think about swinging at it.
And he takes ball 4. So the leadoff man is on here in the home half of the first in a scoreless ball game.
Wow, just a great at-bat right there. Simple as that. Patient, laid off some tough pitches. He was rewarded.
Anthony Gose will stand in, and as you can see, his home and road splits there. He's been a much better hitter away from home. Bounced softly in front of the plate. Gonna be a tough play, and he's retired here, 1 away. A moment now in Motown to check out the Tigers' starting lineup. Steve, what's the key in trying to stop their opponent's winning streak?
Well, we know these guys can swing the bat. They're in the top third in the league in average. So they just need to keep stringing hits together, get a lead, and then keep it. And if you do that, you know you're going to be successful.
Miguel Cabrera will stand in, looking to pad that RBI total a bit here as he enters play, currently 8th in the AL in that category.
Yeah, and not only is he driving runs in, he's also scoring a ton of them. In fact, he leads the league in that category.
Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1.
Well, this is the kind of situation where they came up short last night. They had opportunities, but they could never really cash them in. So you can bet they'd love to get something going on the board early here.
Good cut that time by Cabrera, but he couldn't come up with it. It's 0-2.
Oh, tough pitches here, back to back. And now he's not going to give him anything good with a runner at second base.
A pause, and the 0-2. Drilled to the right side. And that's through into right field for a base hit. And they won't risk it at third, so they're at the corners now with only one away.
With some guys, it doesn't matter if it's 0-2 or 2-0. They take the same approach either way. Well, this right here,
Martinez will dig in now in a run-scoring spot, and they've got the right man for the job here as he currently leads the American League in RBIs.
Well, this is a pretty small sample size because the season is still young. But I don't have any doubt he's going to be up near the top of a bunch of leaderboards when this year's all said and done.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike one. And there's a look at the AL RBI leaders we spoke of a second ago. Runners are at first and third, one away. Now this is on the ground to first. We'll see if they can get two. One there. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Tigers come up empty in the first. We played an inning at Comerica Park with no score. Dustin Pedroia gets his first opportunity now, looking to extend that hitting streak, which stands at 8 games coming in.
Pedroia.
Into the windup and the pitch. And here's a fastball called for strike one. And here's one that misses to Pedroia, and the count evens at 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. He's fallen behind now, 3-1. Line drive to left. And a base hit here to open up the second.
Oh, you talk about being comfortable at the plate. That's the way he's feeling it right now. 9 straight games with that base hit now.
Jackie Bradley Jr. will get his first opportunity now. 14 home runs to his credit so far this year. A bit high there. A ball and no strikes. Not close. It's 2-0. Very patient here in these opening few innings.
And I think that's exactly what they're going to need to do. The more hitters counts that you can get yourself in, the more fastballs you're going to see. And this is a good fastball hitting team.
Called a strike on the inside part of the plate. 2-1. Aboard at first is Pedroia here with nobody out. Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit.
Yeah, you got to be careful there after that leadoff single. You don't want to hit a guy here and really let him get something started.
Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air.
Well, chalk another one up for that pitcher. He's used to breaking bats, and he'll give you a little stare down after doing something like that every once in a while.
He's set. Here's the 3-2. And a fastball misses there, ball 4.
Yep, a single and then a walk to start the inning. This is exactly how big innings get started. So they're set up now to maybe put up a crooked number here.
Young.
Coming to the plate now, Chris Young. And he could give his guys an early lead if he can come through here.
Oh, and it's so important to take advantage of these kind of opportunities early in a ball game. It can change the entire complexion of the game if you can put the other guys on their heels right away.
In there at the knees, strike 1.
And in a National League game, this might be a spot to put one down, but I sort of doubt we'll see that here.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. Hit hard down the line toward the coaching box. It's a foul ball. And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball. First and second here with nobody out. Now a swing and a miss, and Young is down on strikes, 1 away.
Right over the top here with the 4-seam fastball. Good drive through the release. Just threw it right by him at the letters.
Here's Brock Holt now, as he'll watch a slider that stays inside for ball 1. He'll check in here at 256. 6 home runs and 21 driven in. One and 0 pitch on the way. Up top, it's 2-0.
Boy, he better get it back together here with 2 guys on already. He's starting to lose location of that strike zone. He's got to throw a strike right here.
Hitters count. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Now the double steal is on here. After it is goes. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Batting ninth, catcher, Blake Swihart.
Blake Swihart gets a shot now with deuces all around. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 2. He's set. Here it comes. And he takes ball 1.
That's not a sight you want to see this early as a starting pitcher. 40 pitches already.
No score here. Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0.
Boy, what a nice job so far of working himself into a hitter's count. Now he can go to work on maybe picking up that 2-out RBI out of the 9-hole.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Too far out in front that time. He can't keep it fair. 2-1. Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1 to 2-2 now.
They were in good shape with the first 2 on to start the inning, but the rally's definitely stalled out from there.
2 down, runners at first and second. And he misses this one inside, and that'll run things full. 3-2. You have to figure that he's really going to need to keep the walks in check if he's going to have success here.
I was thinking the same thing. No free rides. You've got to make these guys earn it.
Full count. Here it comes. Swing and a shot to third, but pulled in at the hot corner, and that ends the inning. Boston strands a couple. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Victor Martinez will stand in, back in the lineup after getting the night off yesterday.
Victor Martinez.
And here is strike one call to the 37-year-old veteran up there. 0-1. And this is sliced hard down the left field line. And that gets down, and we'll see if that's extra bases. Martinez will round first and head for second now. And he'll get in there standing up with a leadoff double.
And this is a good sign that he might be ready to break out of this slump of his. I can almost guarantee you that he talked about this with his hitting coach. Take the ball the other way. Use the whole field. You can do that, good things will start happening.
Nick Castellanos will stand in now with a good chance to break the seal here following the leadoff double.
Well, it's a good RBI opportunity, but you've got to remember your first job, which is to at least get that guy over to third base.
And oh, look out! Up and in and nearly took his head off. Well, you see there on the graphic, that's now 17 two-base hits for the year. No one out with a runner at second. And here's a fastball in for strike one. 91 miles an hour that time.
Right back inside with a fastball. This time he got the call.
Fastball taken inside for a ball. 2-1 now. Buchholz sets. 2-1 on its way. Here's a little chopper up the middle. Bogarts from shallow center.
Perfect start to the inning here in a tie ball game. You get that leadoff double, and he's moved over to third on the base hit. So now, heck, even a double play ball will get you the lead, though I bet they'll be looking for a lot more than that.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Steven Moya is at the plate as he watches ball one. Runners are at first and third with none out. Now a good pitch on the inside part of the plate ties him up, and it's 1-1.
When you're in a key spot like this, you can't allow yourself to get tied up that badly.
Up high, 2-1 now.
Oof. That high fastball is definitely a pitch guys will pop up, and that's what he's looking for on the mound. So that's good restraint to hold back and not swing.
Swung on and missed, and it's even at 2-2.
Now with two strikes, he can put the ground ball on the back burner and really go after the strikeout here.
Runners at the corners here, nobody out. Got him. With a moment now, let's take a look at the Red Sox on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Yeah, guys, Mookie Betts puts it all on the line in every single game. He's not afraid to risk his body if it means taking a chance at making an incredible play. I've seen him take on walls at full speed, leave his feet at impossible angles, and he takes great pride in the effort he puts forth defensively.
Cameron Maben comes on with one gone here as he looks at a called strike one.
Now at the plate, you're looking for something up in the zone. Try and keep it in the air. Make sure you don't hit into a double play.
And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now.
Now, with runners at the corners and 2 strikes, this is a spot where you've got to make something positive come out of this on the mound.
For it. He's there to make the catch, and here comes the runner from third as this should get him on the board. And they're not going to get him. He's in there at the plate.
Well, nobody's going to confuse this guy with Miguel Cabrera or Chris Davis, but with the runner on third, he doesn't have to hit the ball out of the ballpark. Just has to get one deep enough out there to deliver that run from third. That's nice going.
Mike Aviles set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away.
Yeah, and he's going to have to find a gap to give that man on first a chance to score.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. A called strike to the 35-year-old veteran. 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. Set to deliver on 0-2. Here it comes. There's a swing and a high pop-up. Ramirez has got it, and the side is retired. Tigers get one here on 2 hits in the inning. We played 2 full. Tigers lead this one 1-0. Mookie Betts will get a second shot now. He grounded out to start the ball game.
Not really a good at-bat there. Forget getting out, but he didn't see any pitches as well.
First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. This one's a strike. It's 1-1. Changed things up on him, and he got him to swing through it. 1-2 now.
Well, I just don't think he was expecting that one, and it was the perfect time to just take a little off.
Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Ball 2.
I think you have to ask yourself, was he trying to throw a fastball for a strike right there? Or was he just trying to set me up for that changeup away?
Now a ball lined to the left side. Hooking just foul by a matter of inches that time. Here's the pitch on 2-2. And a full count as that misses. It's 3-2 now. That's popped up out towards short right field. Kinsler onto the grass. Oh, what happened? He dropped it. Not particularly graceful there, and as a result, he'll be slapped with an E4 on the play. Settling in now, Xander Bogaerts. He'll try to follow up the double in his last at-bat with another big hit right here.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
Here comes the first pitch. And this is popped high in the air back behind short. And Aviles will look this one in for the first out.
Wow, that's got to be a frustrating at-bat right there because you feel like you're all over a pitch, and then maybe your mechanics break down just a little bit. You get underneath it, and it just becomes a harmless pop-up.
One gone here in the Boston third. And here's the still dangerous left-handed bat of David Ortiz. From the stretch. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1-0. Seemed to quicken his delivery to the plate on that last pitch.
Well, you got to remember the slide step does two things for you. It gets the catcher the ball quicker so he can throw a guy out, or it will hold the runner on first so he doesn't steal it all.
Back in standing.
Keeping him close.
Runner at first here, one man out. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. Even at a ball and a strike, here's the pitch. Very weakly on the ground. That's a foul ball. One and two, here it comes. Tries to get him to chase the curveball away, but it breaks outside. 2-2 now.
Yeah, he's not really getting on top of that curveball right now, and that's going to get him into trouble if he keeps leaving it up there like that.
Runners on first with one down. Now a snap throw to first. And a dive, but he's back.
Simple throw over there.
A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. And a good battle brewing as Ortiz lays off. It's full 3-2.
Now the question, do you send the guy on 3-2 with one out? You figure you're going to get something around the plate.
Ready to deliver the full count pitch. Just hung in there on that one. Grounded back up the middle. Kinsler for one. Back to first, but it's right over his head.
That was not easy right there. Well, he knows he's got to hurry, so he doesn't even bother getting his hand involved. Just flips his thing with the glove, and it works out.
Here's the left fielder, Hanley Ramirez. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball one.
Well, we've mentioned it already, but look at the pitch count here in the third inning. He's almost completely out of gas already.
Changes up on him, but that's in the dirt for a ball. A runner on first with two away. Three and 0 now.
And he's got to be up there thinking, come on already. Give me something to hit.
He's set. Here's the 3-0. Swinging away, and now the count will be 3-1. That's in there, and it'll run the count to full 3-2.
And now 3-2, 2 out. He'll be helped by the fact that that runner will get a head start out there.
Down the third baseline, but this will get foul, so they'll do it again. 3-2. squared that one up just a little late. Not quick enough that time, and he's lucky to get another chance. Count remains full. Already 24 pitches to this point in the inning. Hit to first. Glove by Cabrera, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. One left for the Red Sox. They trail this one 1-0. Back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring in the second baseman, Ian Kinsler.
Second baseman, Ian Kinsler.
Too high, 1-0. Hot shot on the ground is short. Bogarts has it. Throw on to first in time, one away.
Now batting, center fielder, Anthony Goes.
Anthony Goes stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. Buchholz gets the sign. First pitch on the way. And a high strike to begin the at-bat. It's 0-1. Bases are empty, one man out. Here's a ball lined into left center, and that's over the head of Bogarts at short for a base hit. Around first, heading for second now, and he'll cruise into the bag at second with a one-out double.
Well, the average is clearly not where he wants it to be, but you wouldn't know it by that swing right there. Pitch selection has been a problem for him, but this is right out over the plate, and this might help him get back into a positive state of mind.
The first baseman, Miguel Cabrera, stands in as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. Is that really the spot you want to be messing with here?
It shouldn't be. That's a danger zone if you ask me.
And he watches one dip low and inside for a ball. 1-1. One and one, here it is. And the runner's breaking for third is not in time as he just gets in ahead of the throw.
And let's just train our camera on that runner leading off from second. He's watching that pitcher like a hawk. So once he sees that he's not paying attention to him, he just takes off. And the head-first slide gets him into third just ahead of the throw.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. Chopped foul at the plate. It'll remain 1-2. In the dirt and blocked behind the plate. He got him, and it'll probably take a base hit now to get that runner across from third.
And here, I mean, if this is a high chopper to short, it's an RBI. If it's a lazy fly to right, it's an RBI. Point is, you got to put the ball in play with a runner on third and one out. That's just basic execution that's lacking right there.
Here's J.D. Martinez as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. Right over the top with that curveball, and it's 0-2.
And he's really going to have to fight now. You got to take a little bit out of your swing and find a way to put this ball in play.
Down and away, it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, that's the put-away curveball. A great pitch with 2 strikes. You start it in the zone and then let it work out and see if he'll chase.
Grounder hit hard down the first baseline. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. 2 outs here with a runner at third. Popped up. Ramirez is there for it. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Tigers leave 1, but they're on top 1-0. Leading off the inning, Dustin Pedroia, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And right here is an important time for them to climb back into this one. They definitely want to even this one up sooner rather than later.
Up and a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike. A little bouncer, but it gets foul. A ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And he reaches for one out of the zone and misses rather badly for the first out. So after getting the strikeout on the fastball, not a bad time to check out our pitch speed comparison for our 2 starters. And both of these guys working in pretty much the same realm, just a 1 mile an hour differential from 94 down to 93 as the top speeds. Jackie Bradley Jr. will stand in. He drew base on balls his first time. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. There's a fastball pretty close that time, but ruled a ball. 1-1. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. And he's a little too high with that one. 2 balls and a strike. And that's upstairs, running the count to 3-1.
Well, I think it's time to attack now because these guys haven't been in too many good hitters' counts. This is where you need to pounce.
Change up inside. They lost him. Ball 4.
Tough take there on 3-1. I mean, if this pitch missed the inside corner, it did not miss by much. But he's going to reach base anyway.
Chris Young will step forward now following the walk as he'll hit with a definite speed threat at first and 1 away.
You can bet he's going to see some fastballs in this at-bat. I'd be looking dead red.
You'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1.
That changeup away is his ground ball pitch. That's a good job to hold off.
And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
Even though that's a strike, that's still not a bad take because you're facing a guy that's already walked a few guys, so make him throw some more pitches. Run that pitch count up.
Runner at first here, 1 man out. Throw over to first. A dive, but he's back. On the ground up the middle. There's one. On to Cabrera at first. It's a twin killing, and the side is retired. Nothing doing for Boston. They still trail 1-0. Victor Martinez is set to lead us off in the home half of the fourth inning.
Catcher, number 41.
Buchholz has his target. Here comes the first pitch.
Nope.
And that misses, ball one. Chop foul at the plate, strike one. Hit slowly back to the mound. Throw to first is in time for the first out.
The third baseman, number 9, Nick Castellanos.
One away, and here's the third baseman, Nick Castellanos.
That's a
Ball one.
Ball one, no strike.
Here's a 1-0 cutter that's low, 2-0. One out, nobody on. Outside, 3-0 now. And he gets this fastball over, back to 3-1 now.
Yeah, a much better pitch there than the one he threw on 2-0.
Ready on 3-1. Here's the pitch. And the count will be full. Hit back up the middle. Gloved by Bogarts. On to first, and a good start to the inning for Buchholz. 2 away now.
Nicely done there at short as you see him ranging to his left. He takes it on his forehand side and then flips it to first for the out.
Standing in now, Steven Moya. As with 2 away, he'll swing and miss at a first pitch fastball for strike one. Fastball, and he's quickly in the hole, 0-2. 2 out, nobody on. Too high. 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
And the hope was that he would have chased one of those pitches, but now on 2-2, I don't think you fool around anymore.
Swing and a miss. Blew the fastball right by him, and the inning is over. A good inning of work there from Clay Buchholz. And his club's keeping it close. It's 1-0. Leading off the inning, Brock Holt. And they'll need him to get something going here.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
And he starts the number 8 hitter with a strike, 0-1.
When you look at the way he's throwing the ball, he's thrown first pitch strikes to less than 40% of the batters that he's faced, and yet he's still pitching well. And we're in the middle of this ball game.
And he misses with it, 1-1.
Ooh, He might have felt the squeeze on that one. That might just change the whole complexion of the at-bat.
And no complaint about that one. That's a strike, and it's 1-2. Line drive to center field, and a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning.
Whoa, that's what you call chuck and duck right there. This ball's going to come screaming right back at him. He doesn't have any time to get the glove up, and it gets safely on into center field.
Into the box now, Blake Swihart squares around and drops down a good one. Throw on to first, so the sacrifice is successful.
You might call this National League Baseball at its finest, except for the fact that it's being played by an American League team. You get the leadoff single. The sacrifice moves him to second. Heck, that's just something you don't see all that much in the American League anymore.
So striding in, Mookie Betts, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. Trying to hold the lead. And he'll try to crowd him there to start the at-bat. It's 1-0. Here comes the 1-0. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And nope, this one falls, so he'll get another shot. Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. Hard liner toward short. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield. And this will find the wall out near the visitors' bullpen. The run scores from second. It's 1-1.
Well, he'd been doing a really good job of working corner to corner, but this is one of the first pitches we've seen that kind of found the middle of the plate, and it's going to cost him a run, as this will wind up being an RBI double.
Xander Bogaerts will stand in. He flew out his last time up. Some action now in the Tigers' bullpen, as they'll get a left-hander and a right-hander up to throw. First pitch of the at-bat. There's a strike at the knees, 0-1. Hits are now even at 4 apiece. Going back. He makes the catch, and the runner from second will tag and head for third. Oh, and he runs right through the stop sign. And they will tag him out at the plate. And that'll keep our ball game tied up as the inning is over. Red Sox strike for a run on the RBI double. Middle of the night now from Comerica Park. All even at 1 apiece. Cameron Maybin comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
Designated hitter, Cameron Maybin.
Buchholz into the windup. Here's the first pitch. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1.
Anytime you can throw a first pitch strike to about 60% of the batters you've faced, or better than that, then you should get pretty good results. And we're in the middle innings in this game, so that's pretty good.
Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. And another foul ball. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and he'll start the fifth the same way he ended the fourth, with a punch out, one away.
Yeah, he essentially tripled up there. That means he threw the same pitch 1, 2, 3 times in a row. You don't see that very often, but it's going to work out for him as he gets the strikeout.
Into the box, Mike Aviles. Yes, he'll take a look at ball one. And he misses low with it, 2-0.
Well, this is a guy up there that's not hitting a ton right now, but he can still work the count, and that alone can be beneficial to an offense.
Hit hard back up the middle, and that is through into center field for a one-out single.
Yeah, one-out base runner for him right here, and that's something they hadn't had for a little while, as that's going to break a streak of 6 in a row that he had retired prior to this base hit.
So it's back to the top of the order now, and that'll bring in the second baseman, Ian Kinsler. First offering on its way. Runner goes for second. This is line to left, and that'll get down for a base hit.
Boy, in here you can't get angry at a hitter for hitting the ball too hard. But I think because this got to the outfield grass in such a hurry, that runner from first had to put on the brakes, or the hit and run could have backfired at third base.
In now, Anthony goes as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1.
Pretty good speed here coming out of that left-handed batter's box, so it's no sure thing that a ground ball means a double play.
That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 run, 6 hits. 1 error for the Tigers thus far. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball.
Yeah, a good job here of working himself back into a hitter's count, especially with 2 men on base in front of him.
He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Pitch swung on and missed. The throw. It's there in plenty of time. He's out trying to steal third as they get the lead runner here.
Now that play is going to change the complexion of this inning for sure. Now all of a sudden you've got 2 outs and a runner at second base, so you may have just handed this pitcher a lifeline.
Two and 2 count. Here it comes. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. 1 left for Detroit. We've played 5 full, tied at 1 aside. David Ortiz makes his way to the box to lead us off in the 6th inning.
And this is a guy that can make a big change in this game with 1 swing of the bat, because you know he has big-time power.
Good bite to the slider, and he takes strike 1. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
And if he can get himself into a fastball count, don't be surprised if he has a big cut at something. Maybe try and break this tie ball game.
Swing and a line drive, but this will be a foul ball. Swing and a little tapper, but that one rolls foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes to the former World Series MVP.
Yeah, it's a good battle to start this inning. That's what you like to see when you've got a guy out there that's getting up there in the pitch count.
Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
And if you're a fan of pitching, this has been the game for you. I mean, these two guys have both been exceptional so far. Just 2 runs allowed between both of them. Of course, makes the broadcasters awfully happy because this game has flown by.
Here's Hanley Ramirez. As he'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half, it's 0-1.
That last pitch puts him at 100, so that probably makes this his last inning, even if he makes it all the way through.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Oh, and he struck him out as well, so he's carving right through the heart of this lineup as there are 2 away now.
He's making quick work of the middle of this lineup. Back-to-back strikeouts against their number 3 and 4 hitters.
Dustin Pedroia will stand in now. He's singled and struck out in 2 trips. First pitch coming. Here it is. In tight here with the first pitch fastball. That's 1-0. Now an off-speed pitch well inside, and it forces him to bounce away from danger.
Sometimes if you let that changeup go too soon, it'll take off on you. He's lucky that didn't hit him.
Here it comes, 2-0. Late swing on the hitter's count. Still a good count for him now, however, at 2-1. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. Looking to set down the side on strikes. Here it comes. Full count now, 3-2.
And a good job here of making him throw a lot of pitches. I mean, he probably doesn't have a whole lot left in the tank, so the more you make him work, the better your chances of getting a mistake.
Hit hard towards second. And that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out. So a ringing single here to center field makes it 2 hits for him on the night. And you can see right there, he currently sits second on the Red Sox in that category.
Yeah, he's a big producer offensively for this ball club. Definitely one of the guys they depend on to make things happen.
Now the Tiger skipper's up out of the dugout on his way to the mound. And it looks as though that's going to be all for his starter here tonight. He'll depart with our score tied, and he'll still be accountable for the runner at first, and the best he can do is a no decision in this one. Kyle Ryan will come on and make his 4th appearance in this campaign.
Number 56, Kyle Ryan.
Jackie Bradley Jr. will be the first to greet him here as he stands in with a runner at first and 2 away. First pitch is a changeup for a called strike. Runner aboard at first here with 2 gone in a 1-1 ball game. And Bradley swings and misses at that offering, and he's deep in the hole, 0-2.
Just too over-aggressive right now. They've got to dial this back a bit.
The 0-2 home. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Yeah, after that last swing, I would have thought they'd go right back in, but that's actually not a bad location because I doubt he was looking for something out there.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. 1-2 is an off-speed pitch. No dice. It's 2-2. 2 out with the man at first. Hit on the ground is short. Scooped up, and an underhanded throw is in time for out number 3. Red Sox leave one. Miguel Cabrera will stride in here to get the Tigers started in their half of the 6th.
Miguel Cabrera.
On his way to pitch number 75. And there's a fastball from Buchholz as he gets ahead 0-1. Good cut that time by Cabrera, but he couldn't come up with it. It's 0-2.
And this is part of why he's had a lot of success so far. He's done a lot of work on the edges and stayed out of the middle of the strike zone.
Hit fairly well out towards straightaway center. On the move is Betts. 1 away.
One of the great things about the play he made right there is it's really difficult to run after a ball that long and not have the ball bounce up and down in the air while you're running. You got to run on your toes. That's what he did. That keeps the ball smooth and makes it easier to catch.
Here's J.D. Martinez as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball, 1-0. One out, nobody on. High and deep to straightaway right. Back goes Young to the track. A leap by Young, but he won't come up with it. That ball is gone. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. And even 30 home runs on the year. And it's given the Tigers a 2-1 lead.
Well, yeah, his first hit of the series here, and he makes it a good one, all right, as this one clears the wall by plenty. And back in the dugout, you can imagine he's probably saying, it's about time.
And some action now in the Boston bullpen as a right-hander's up and throwing. Here's the switch hitting Victor Martinez. Hit sharply toward the right side. Throw on to first gets him from shallow right, and there's out number 2.
And we'll check out the pitches by inning. You can see he's up to an even 80 pitches now, so I'd imagine they'll start keeping a little closer tabs on him out there.
Nick Castellanos steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0. Not the first time he's felt the squeeze tonight.
Yeah, he's looking and saying, what do I got to do to get a strike?
That one's a called strike. Back even at 1.
A high fastball that time in the strike zone and on the outside corner. But that is a dangerous spot to be pitching if you're only throwing in the low 90s.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Look out. That one almost got away from him. 2-2 now. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swing and a miss as it's dropped behind the plate. Swihart has it, but the throw is late, so the inning will continue after the strikeout pitch gets away. And not what he wanted to do there, as now they'll need 4 outs to get out of this inning. Steven Moya ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
Well, at the very least, he went down hacking. Striking out is one of the many frustrations that go along with hitting, and you have to accept that it's going to happen sometimes.
Starts him out with a changeup for a strike.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
Comes back with a good changeup there, and it's quickly 0-2.
Wow, what a good time to take something off of that pitch, and they had him fooled pretty good on that one.
And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
And with a runner on first, you better have a catcher that you can rely on if you're going to bounce a changeup on an 0-2 count. Luckily, he does.
Grounded back up the middle. Flips it behind his back. Throw to second for the force out, and the side is retired. 1 for the highlight reel as they get the force play to get him out of trouble. We're back with more on this Saturday night after this. Back here now at Comerica Park in Detroit. We're through the first 6 innings with the Tigers on top, and before we start the 7th, let's take a look at our game summary. Chris Young will stand in looking to turn things around. He's struck out and bounced into a double play so far. Not such a hot start.
Nope, not doing much to help the cause so far, guys, but there's still some ball game left.
Yeah, we see a lefty and a right-hander start to loosen up in the bullpen. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1.
You know, a lot of times with a sinker baller out there, you're just conditioned to always look for something down. So he can surprise you with that high fastball, maybe four-seam it every once in a while. And when he does, you can forget it.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Chopped weakly to the left. Castellanos with a bare hand. And a high throw as Cabrera's got no shot at it. And he's going to make it up to second base safely as he's in there. My word.
Boy, nowhere close with this throw. Here's another look at first base. I mean, not only is this thing over his head, but you see it take off to the right field side of the bag, so it's not even on target. Very sloppy there. Potentially dangerous, too.
Here's Brock Holt now. As this is grounded foul off to the left, it's strike 1. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Now a ball hit high and deep, heading toward the corner in left. And it in fact lands in the corner, foul. The 0-2 delivery. Not a bad pitch there with 2 strikes, but it misses 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Now this pitch sails up and in, and that leaves him muttering to himself. It's ball 2. Can't imagine guys like that too much.
Yeah, not too much indeed. You start getting into the danger area when it's up and in that high.
Now a little pop-up off toward the third base side. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. Ball three. 3-2 now.
He knows the drill out there. You got to make him swing the bat. Cannot be giving up walks at this stage of the game because those could be fatal.
Swing and a ball lined hard towards short. And that's in there. Base hit. Young around third heading for the plate. But not in time. And just like that, this ball game is tied.
Now batting, catcher.
Into the box now, Blake Swihart. He successfully laid down a sac bunt in his last plate appearance.
And you know, guys, it's possible he lays another one down here to move that potential go-ahead run up another 90 feet.
Here's the first pitch to him. Cut fastball inside, ball one. Turned on down the line. And he tries for the backhand reach at third, but he gets by the glove down the line. Throw will hold him at second, but the go-ahead runs in scoring position now with still nobody out.
Well, nothing makes you feel worse as a relief pitcher than blowing a game for your starter. You got to set that to the side right now and do what you can to get out of this inning with the game still tied.
Mookie Betts gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1.
Boy, I'll tell you what, after seeing 2 errors in the inning, as a pitcher, you pretty much have to go into strikeout mode.
Now some action out in the bullpen as a lefty and a right-hander begin throwing. Sinker, 1 ball, 1 strike. Tap fouled at home plate. Hoping to keep it tied. Here it comes. Oh, on the ground to short. Could this be 2? On to Cabrera, and it's a double play.
And that's a huge double play there from a pitcher's point of view. You've got a run in against you already. You're still in trouble with 2 on and nobody out. But now you can at least take a breath out there and try to work out of this with just 1 run scoring.
Xander Bogaerts comes forward to bat again. First delivery to him on the way. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1.
That's not a bad idea right there. Take a pitch. Make sure you get a good look at him and what he's throwing.
Oh, 0-1 count, and the pitch. And it's quickly 0-2. Rips this one to first, but there to take it is Cabrera, and with that, the side is retired. Red Sox settle for just the 1. It's stretch time in Motown, and we are tied 2-2. Cameron Maybin steps into the box as the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 7th.
Designated hitter, Cameron
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that's in there for strike 1.
Well, this guy has done a pretty good job of being effectively wild. He's only thrown first pitch strikes to about 60% of the batters he's faced, but look at where he's sitting right now. Excellent.
And there's ball one. And he'll try to take control of the inside part of the plate with the fastball as he backs him off a bit.
And now with that pitch count getting up there just a little bit, you can see that some of these pitches are missing just a little farther away than they were earlier.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Toward the gap in right center. This is going to be a base hit, and he may take that big turn at first. The relay, and he's able to hustle his way up to second as he'll reach here with a 2-base hit.
Now batting.
Yeah, and that moves the go-ahead run into second base here to start their half of the 7th inning. And I'll tell you, you're not going to get many better opportunities than this to scratch out a lead here this late in the game. So this is one that they're going to need to take advantage of.
Here comes Sox manager John Farrell on his way out to the mound. And it looks as though that's going to be all now for Clay Buchholz. He departs in a tie ball game, but is responsible for that runner at second, so the best he can hope for is a no decision here. Koji Uehara will come on now as he'll take over in inning number 7.
Koji Uehara.
Stepping in now, Mike Aviles, as he'll take a tough pitch on the outside part of the plate for strike one. Well, we'll give you a look there at the graphic. That's now 14 doubles on the season so far. Uehara's ready. Here he comes 0-1. And a splitter here, but he had a bit too much on it as this bounces up to the plate. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. And the throw to first is in time. One gone.
Well, he really bunched him up on that two-seam fastball right there. That's not a very confident swing either. And the result, just an easy ground ball.
And now Boston's bullpen springs into action. A left-hander and a right-hander begin to throw. Here's the second baseman, Ian Kinsler, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. A splitter, but he started it too low as it bounces up to the plate. Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with one away. That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now. On the ground to third. Throw on to first takes care of Kinsler here for out number 2.
Up next for the Tigers, center fielder, Anthony.
Anthony goes. Digs in, looking to send something into the outfield that gives that go-ahead run a chance to score from second.
Well, no complaints on this end, guys. You've got to love any game that's this tight, this late.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. Here's a slider to start things out, looked at for ball one. Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with 2 down. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0.
Yeah, he's got an open base here. Looks like he's going to use it.
That one's more like it, he says. Back to 2-1 now. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. Could have been 3-1. Instead, it's 2-2.
And that is not good.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. He pulls this one into right. That's in there. Base hit. Throw comes quickly to the infield, so that go-ahead run will have to hold up at third with 2 away.
I tell you, he has not looked like a 220 hitter to me. This is his second hit of the ball game, and he smoked this one pretty good.
Miguel Cabrera gets a shot now with 2 men on and 2 away here in inning number 7.
And we'll see here if he can come through. It can be discouraging to see opportunities like this late in a ball game go untapped.
First offering to him stays upstairs. It's a ball and no strikes. A look here at the hits per side here in the late going. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Fastball got him to swing through it. It's 1-1. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Drifting toward the third base dugout. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Tigers strand a pair. Score remains deadlocked at 2-2. Alex Wilson will be summoned from the bullpen now as he'll take over to start inning number 8.
Alex Wilson.
David Ortiz will stand in, and it's a bullpen game now. Both starters out as we begin inning number 8.
Yeah, both starters are out, and since we're tied, both starters not going to be involved in the decision.
Out in front of it, strike 1. The 0-1 delivery. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Chop foul at the plate, and we'll do it again. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Hit hard to the right side. Foul. Here it comes, 0-2. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Oh, and he dusted him off the plate that time. Some mind games being played now. It's 1-2.
Well, that might be his way of saying, look, enough of the foul balls already.
Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. fights off another pitch and hits it foul right at the plate. Oh, high, deep. That is a moonshot, folks. A long home run. A solo home run for David Ortiz. And even 20 home runs for him now thus far, as the Red Sox have taken a 3-2 lead.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you're paying your big horse to do out there. I think he knew he wasn't going to get a fastball right there, so he just stays back as long as he can and then just explodes right through the zone.
Mike Pelfrey is on to work as he'll take over here in the 8th.
Number 37, Mike Pelfrey. Now batting.
Here's the left fielder, Hanley Ramirez.
Mike is so important against a guy like this. You have to be able to work ahead in the count and not let him dictate the at-bat.
And now a curveball that bounces up to the plate. It's 1-1. And he'll come back with one in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now.
Yeah, and on 2-1 right now, you got to figure this guy's wound up for the fastball here. Maybe you come with the breaking ball here out of the zone and hope he goes after it.
Line toward right center. But this will not elude the right fielder's grasp as he ranges over to handle it for the first out.
The minute he hits that, he's thinking it's a base hit all the way, but it's one of those situations where you get penalized for hitting the ball too hard. And this stayed up long enough to find the outfielder's glove out there.
Here's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike one. Bases are empty, one man out. Hit weakly on the ground to short. Throw on to first will take care of Pedroia, and there are two away.
Yeah, on a slow chopper like that, that is the third baseman's ball if he can get to it. He's got the momentum going the right way towards first base, so he'll just cut right in front of the shortstop and make that play to first.
Here's Jackie Bradley now, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball one.
They've already walked him twice already, so I wouldn't be surprised if they worked around him again.
And the sinker is over here, and that evens things at one. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Nipped the corner. 2-2.
Now at the plate, here's where you got to put yourself in the pitcher's head and figure out, what would I throw on a 2-2 pitch?
All even at 2-2. Here it is. And a slider runs in on him as he has to lean out of the way. Chris Young would be next if they can keep this inning alive. 2 out, nobody on. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. One for the Sox thanks to the big blow by David Ortiz. Home half of the 8th coming up, and Boston's taking a 3-2 lead. Leading off the inning, J.D. Martinez, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
Well, this has been a great game so far, and they're only down by 1. So getting this leadoff guy on would be huge for them.
Uehara looks in. Here it is. That's yanked into the stands. Strike one. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. Down and away, ball one. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball two.
He just about went around. He was lucky to put on the brakes when he did.
Started to chase that time, but then he wisely holds off for ball three. And he lays off ball four. So now the potential tying run here is aboard late in the game.
You know, when you're holding on to a slim lead, you just can't walk the leadoff guy. I mean, those are the ones that really come back to haunt you. So he's really going to need to work towards getting a ground ball here.
So a pivotal moment here, and digging in now, Victor Martinez. And he does so representing the possible go-ahead run.
Yeah, but you got to make sure that he doesn't try to do too much here. Just keep that line moving. Do something productive and give the next guy a chance as well.
First pitch on its way.
Nope,
fastball too high to start him out here 1-0.
Just because he's thrown 5 straight balls doesn't make this an automatic take, especially for a guy in this part of the lineup.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Bradley over to his left, and that's the first out of the inning.
This is a guy that doesn't really have great velocity, so when he elevates the fastball, it can lead to big problems. He gets away with it this time, though.
Digging in, Nick Castellanos. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and hopefully he got that out of his system. They really need him to come through right here.
Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. Ramirez will get there as he's able to tuck this one away just past the first base dugout for route number 2.
And that's telling of how they've swung the bat. This has just been a punchless offense so far. And this pop-up is pretty indicative of their struggles.
Brian Holiday will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Number 50, Brian Holiday.
Hit to short. Bogarts has it. Underhanded flip. And the flip over to Pedroia covering, and that lend it. Tigers leave 1. Still a 3-2 ball game. We're set for what's left of this one from Detroit as we welcome you back to Major League Baseball on the show. Lane Hardy will come on now to start the 9th inning as he looks to keep this deficit right where it is for the bottom of the 9th. Tyler Collins is into the ball game now as he'll take over out in left field.
Number 18, Tyler Collins.
Kicking off the top of the 9th, Chris Young, as they'll look for some added insurance before the bottom half of the inning.
And so far in this ballgame, he hasn't even been on base yet, so we'll see if he can make an adjustment here.
9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike. That's taken. Now it's 0-2.
2 pitches right on the outside corner. If he's going to keep looking at him, they might as well just stay out there. Why not?
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And they'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
On 0-2, if that's a curveball, a changeup, a sinker, then maybe you get a guy to chase. But it's much easier to lay off a pitch down there when it's a straight fastball.
And he'll lay off the curveball that's in the dirt that time, and it's back to even now at 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the 9th.
Well, after getting ahead here 0-2, he nibbles for a couple pitches and then finally just says, all right, I'm through with this. So he goes back to the fastball, just blows it right by him.
Here's Brock Holt now. Lifted into center field. Goes, coasts under it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Now batting,
Blake Swihart steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. And a fastball's in there for strike 1. And now a curveball as he's got to lean out of the way. That one nearly got him.
Well, nothing wrong with that. As much as it pains me to say, pitchers have the right to work inside.
Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2.
He might have thought he'd be getting another dose of that curveball because he was way behind that one.
Just a bit low. Tough call, but it's 2-2. Swung on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. Red Sox go down 1-2-3, but they still lead it 3-2.
your attention, please. Now
9th inning save
Boston,
situation coming up now as they'll entrust
46.
Craig Kimbrell with the baseball here as he'll try and close things out. Striding in to start the 9th, Cameron Maben, and they'll need him to get something going here.
Well, it's a close ball game, but it's starting to get late, so they need to get at least one back here in this inning.
And that's high for a ball, 1-0.
And that fastball of his definitely catches your attention, especially when it's on the inner half.
Now a fastball for a called strike. It's 1-1. And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1. Kimbrell's ready. 2-1 on its way. Called strike that time, and it's even at 2-2. The leadoff man gone to start the top of the 9th as we take a look at league saves leaders entering play.
Well, guys, he's one of the best in the league in that department right now. So he's made it really tough on the opposition out of the bullpen. Manager loves giving him the ball in tight games, so we'll see if he can add to his total right here.
Here's the pitch. Mike Aviles stands in as he looks at ball one here. One-0 count. Here it is. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. One out, nobody on. Chopped foul right at home plate. Another 1-2 delivery. Fought off at the plate, and we'll do it again. And here's a ball hit in the air. Ramirez in foul ground. He's got it, and there are two down now.
Everything's going according to plan here in the bottom of the ninth. Just an out away from wrapping this one up.
Tigers down to their final out here, and that'll bring in the second baseman, Ian Kinsler. Called strike on the knuckle curve, and he's ahead in the count, 0-1. Bases are empty here with two men out. Out in front of a fastball as this is ripped down the left field line. That's going to be a fair ball. Kinsler hits the bag at first and heads for second now. And hold all tickets now as the tying run gets into scoring position with a two-out double.
Well, they say nothing's ever safe until that 27th out is recorded, and they've gotten 26, but now a two-out double here in the ninth is going to put the tying run in scoring position at second base, and we're definitely at DEFCON 1 now. They're a single away from letting this game slip away from them.
Anthony Gose will get an opportunity here in a run-scoring spot now following the two-out double.
And this is really where you earn your money. Runner on second, two outs. Let's see what he can do here.
From the stretch. Called a strike on the outer half, 0-1.
That thing's coming in there hot, 96 miles an hour.
He's ready. Here's the 0-1. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. And now the wheels spin in that first base dugout.
Oh, that man right there has got to be sweating bullets. Hard to say I blame him at all.
And that's cut on and missed. So now the Tigers find themselves down to their last strike.
There's not a whole lot of conviction in that swing. It was almost like an afterthought, like an emergency hat.
Outside and a full count, 3-2.
And you know, with that fella waiting on deck, if you believe in protection in the batting order, this guy is going to get something to hit right here.
Struck him out, so he'll strand the possible tying run at second, and a great job of working out of trouble as this ball game is over.
Well, here we go. Tack another one onto that winning streak. They've now got it up to 6 in a row, and it's not looking like this hot spell's going to end anytime soon.
This one, definitely a low-scoring affair as we get one last look at our final line score. And, boys, probably a handful of deserving candidates for our top player of the game award. But what do you say we go ahead and give it to the man who shut the door out of the pen?
Yeah, it's nice to have someone like this that you can call on to finish things out for you. And he came on to slam the door shut.
So that just about does it. For EK, Psycho, and the crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, get those smartphones and tablets out and head over to theshownation.com. The Red Sox win it 3-2. Good night from Detroit.
The final line score for our ball game tonight for the victorious Boston Red Sox. 3 runs on 8 hits, no errors. They left 8 men on base. For the Tigers, 2 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors. They left 10 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 46 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at Comerica Park, a sellout of 40,000. The Tigers thank you for attending tonight's game and remind you to buckle up and drive home safely.